Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all persuasions, ethnicities, and countries around the world. Welcome to another Tiny Brander live stream. My name is John Botel, and in case you didn't know, I am the creator and the owner of the software platform called Tiny Brander. Now, Tiny Brander enables you, for those of you again who don't know, enables you to actually build your very own health supplement brand inside a software application, have it live on the web, and selling products within about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how fast you are in the setup. We created that because we've been selling health supplements for over 25 years online, or 23 years online, I think. And so we created this platform to allow others to do the same thing without all of the kind of headaches that we had. We take care of all of the product supply. We take care of all the fulfillment. And I guess that's my little elevator pitch for Tiny Brander. So if you are interested in Tiny Brander, take a look around either this page that you're on watching this stream. You'll find a button somewhere to find out more. Or if you're in the YouTube channel, there's tons of information there. And we'll try to throw some descriptions in with links to information and webinars that you can watch to learn more about Tiny Brander if you don't already know about it. So anyway, these live streams, we do them weekly to showcase features within Tiny Brander, so that you can see, really in detail some of the features that we've put into the software to allow you to sell health supplements more easily, more effectively, and make more money in doing so. So today, the live stream is about subscriptions, what they are, why you should have them, why they're so important, and how to set them up inside Tiny Brander. So first of all, I wanted to briefly go through, obviously, I think you know what a subscription is. You sign up and you receive it monthly. For anybody who didn't know what a subscription is, I think it's fairly obvious. But why they're so important is a different matter. And let me show you why they're so important. I've got a little clever widget thing here, but let me, I have to share my screen to do it. So let me just get to the right place. And it's this screen we're going to be sharing. All right, perfect. Now, actually, I cannot see. So let me just move my... There we go. Yeah, perfect. So I see that it is working. It's sharing correctly. Oh, you know what? Before I get too far into this, let me just check that the streams are coming through on all of the channels as they should be. So let me just quickly jump across to my social accounts, make sure that everything is streaming. Yeah, that looks like it's doing pretty good on Facebook. Let's have a look at the Facebook page. That should be working as well. Yep, that's working as well. And I'm guessing if I just check my YouTube channel, this is what happens when we don't have assistants in to help me do this stuff. So I have to do it myself. Hang on, let me have a look at my channel. Where's my channel? Oh, I'm in the wrong account. Well, why would it be in that account? Yep, okay, we are live. We are good everywhere. All right, perfect. I can shut that down and we can get into the good stuff of this live stream. So, as you can see, we have a little page up on screen here that I show you why subscriptions are so vitally important, specifically in supplements, because people tend to take them on a long-term basis and like the convenience of being able to receive them monthly. Obviously, you have to make sure that people are aware what they're getting, what they're signing up to. Otherwise, that's a bad idea. It ends up in lots of chargebacks and losing your accounts and ultimately going out of business. So don't do that. Don't try to hide the fact that it's a subscription. Make sure people are aware of what they're going to pay and when they're going to pay it. But this is why it's so important. Okay, ad costs are high. Yeah, and I'm assuming if you're doing things free social traffic and you're an influencer, you can drive traffic without having to pay for it. Fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. You don't have the worries that most of us have. Most people can't do that. Okay, most people need to have a paid ad strategy and supplement it with a free ad strategy. For this purposes, we're going to talk about paid ads because this is where subscriptions really come into their own. So let's just make some assumptions. Okay, first of all, let's make some assumptions that in order to gain a customer, it's going to cost you, let's say, $30. Okay, so yep, let's do it that way. It's going to cost you, say, $30 to gain a customer, and let's say in the month of June you bring on 100 new customers. So that's 100 times 30, which means you spent $3,000 on ads. Okay, and that's brought you in 100 sales. Yep. Now let's assume that, forget like just straight one-time sales. Let's assume that the only thing you're selling is subscriptions. So you're doing that and everything is on a subscription. Okay, but so let's assume that it's a single product, which it shouldn't be. You should try to bundle those things up so you get more cart value, more subscription. But let's just make this really simple for now and assume it's just one single product at, let's say, $39.95. Yeah, that's a reasonable subscription price for a product. You can go way higher. I've seen subscriptions in the hundreds of dollars and people pay it. But I'm looking volume here. Get lots of subscriptions in the system. Okay, so that's a total in June. Okay, of costs. So you're at $39.95 times by 100. So you brought in, okay, $39.95, and you've spent $3,000. So net, okay, you've made $995. And you haven't included paying for products. You haven't included distribution costs or anything like that. So, I mean, I'm not going to go into the minutia of all the costs that would be involved in addition to that. All it suffice to say is that this $995 isn't enough to make a profit. You've made a loss. Okay, month one, you've made a loss. Okay, but we don't worry about that because we're on subscription. Okay, so what we know is on subscription, we're going to keep a certain number. We're going to lose some, and that's what we call churn. Okay, when you lose them, it's churn. But let's make some assumptions again. Let's say that we are fixed and our ad costs don't change. We don't get better at our advertising. We don't get more dialed in, and everything just stays the same, which rarely happens. You usually get better at this. And let's assume that so that's going to stay at 3,000 costs each month. And we're not getting better. We're going to get the same amount of customers for our $3,000, which is pretty much unrealistic. But it serves a useful purpose in this. This is unrealistic in the worst possible way, in which case I'm playing the numbers down as much as possible. You should get better at doing this. Your ads should yield more customers as you go on. But let's assume that it is still giving us 100 customers. And I'm not going to write the 100 in each time. I'm just going to write in the net figure. So let's assume that we're bringing in $3,995 each month of new customers, first month trial customers. I'm just going to write that in right along here. Okay, in month 2, this is where it starts getting a little more interesting, and it gets more and more interesting as we go along. Okay, so what happens is our 100 customers over here, okay, we're going to lose some. We're probably going to lose 40% of them by month 2. Okay, so we're going to lose 40%. We're going to have a 40% churn rate. That's typically what we see in supplements, around about that amount. If you have a really great supplement that's really making people feel good about whatever result they're looking for, you might get it lower than that churn rate. But let's assume that we get 60% continuing. Okay, so in month 2, essentially July here, we're taking it from June when I'm recording this, we're going to get 60 customers rebilling at $39.95. So $39.95 times 60. So that's going to be $2,397. Okay, so those 60 customers equals $2,397 in revenue. Okay, we don't have ad costs for those people because we've already had the ad costs in month 1. So essentially, that $2,397 is going to go right the way along because the people we take in July. We'll rebill in August at 2397, 2397, 2397, 2397, 2397. Okay, and then we get to the next month, which is going to be August. So every first billing that we have in July here in the second month rebills here. So it goes like this. Yep, and those are your rebills going across there. Let me just delete those so it keeps it a little cleaner. Okay, so now we get to month 3, August. And I'm gonna actually bring this down by the same churn rate every single month. Typically what happens is we don't find that. Typically what happens is you have your highest churn rate in month 1, you lose 40%. Then typically you lose 20% per month thereafter. Okay, and so essentially they're all gone. But let's assume that it's going to be the same. So again, playing the numbers down, making it look worse than it is in reality. So 2397, and let's say we lose 40% of those. So then from that point, those customers are going to be worth this a month: 1438, 1438, 1438, 1438. Okay, and let's do the same thing again. If we go 1438 minus 40%, then we're down at 862, 862, 862, 862, and I'll do it one more time. And then we're down at 517. But the ad costs, remember, have stayed the same. So if we add up, month 1 we had a loss. We don't know what the loss is. And to be honest, we don't know exactly what the figures are going to be here anyway. But what I'm showing you is how much we're definitely spilling into large profits by months 2 and 3. So if we go here and total this up, we have 3995 plus 2397. So we're bringing in 6392 in month 2, but we only have $3,000 in ad costs. Now let's assume maybe out of that we have $1,000 in distribution and product costs. So let's just make some assumptions. It's $1,000 for distribution and product, and we have obviously our $3,000 at the top there for ads. So there we're at $4,000 costs minus the 6392, which gives us a profit in that month of 2392. Okay, month 3, let me just delete some of that so it gives us a little bit more room. Month 3, we got 3995 plus the 2397 plus 1438. So now in month 3, August, we're at 7830 costs with, say, let's say that we are at about $1,350 in products and distribution and $3,000 in ad cost. So that's no, it isn't. It's 4350. That nets us then 3480 in that month. And as you can see, this builds up. So if we do the next one, we're at 7830, and we're going to add 862 to that. We're now at revenues of 8692. Cost maybe 1,500, 3,000 in ads. So now we're minusing 4,500. Now we're at 4192. Remember, these bottom figures are net. These will be your net profit, i.e. what goes into your bank account, what you can spend. Okay, this is why it's so important. And I've only done 4 months there. Yeah, 4 months. And that is at 100 sales, okay, of a subscription every month. So if you think that and you break that down, that is less than 3 sales per day in the month. Okay, less than 3 sales per day. That is tiny. I mean, in the Tiny Brander platform, our average user is getting somewhere between 10 and 12 sales a day. Okay, just so you know. 3 sales is tiny. So what this does is it shows you in illustrative of what the benefit of having subscriptions are. Now, that took way longer than I wanted it to because I was trying to figure out how I was going to display this at the same time as I was doing it. So I hope that was clear to everybody. I hope that made a lot of sense. I'm getting messages from things. Can't see where they are. Okay. I hope that made a lot of sense. I hope that clarifies why subscriptions are so important and why you should be using them. Whether you use Tiny Brander or not, you should have subscriptions in one way or another in your business, online or offline. Subscriptions are a good thing to have. It's recurring revenue, it's passive revenue. And once you get here, once you get to these levels where essentially the business is self-functioning and operational, and you're pretty much just feeding the machine with money. You have the ads down. You can see what they're doing. You're just feeding money in and getting passive revenue out. Once you get to a stage where it's just you essentially built up the hopper of people in your subscription, you can actually stop advertising for a while if you want and reap the benefits. If you want to do that, if you imagine if you took away, for example, let's say, for example, do one more example. Actually, we're going to do let's do 3 more examples. Let me see. Hang on. Yeah, if I take out up here at the top, if I take out these ad costs for October, November, December, okay, we're going to remove this because we won't get that because that would be the revenue from the ads, but we still get all of this revenue that's flowing through the funnel. So you'd still get the, 2397, 1438, and 862. You're still looking at bringing in 4967, but you have 0 ad costs. So your net is 4697, and essentially you're not even working. You're not doing anything with the ads. You're not doing anything with distribution because that's all taken care of. If you're using Tiny Brander, the distribution is all already automatically taken care of for you. So you can stop ads for 3 months, reap the 4697 per month. So what's that? 4697 times 3 for the last 3 months, and you're netting in 14,091 gross profit. Essentially gross profit. There's a tiny amount of product costs taken off that. So let's say it's $2,000 in product costs. You're netting $12,000, lifting a finger. You're not doing anything, and it's all taken care of. So that's why subscriptions are so important, why you should have them in your business. So let me show you now. I'm going to jump over to Tiny Brander, and we're going to show you exactly how to set up a subscription within the Tiny Brander platform. Okay, so I got to figure out how to do that. And so I'm just going to go to my share here. And it's going to be a screen. I'm going to stop sharing that screen. Hello, I'm back. Hi. And now I am going to share again, but this time I am going to share here, Tiny Brander. Okay, cool. Now I just shut that thing down and work out where my Tiny Brander screen is. Hang on 1 second. There you are. Okay, perfect. Great. Now when you're over here, so looking in the same direction. Okay, so here we are inside one of our test accounts inside Tiny Brander. Okay, first thing to know with all subscriptions is right now Tiny Brander is set up only to run subscriptions with Stripe. Okay, we are working on adding PayPal, we are working on adding Square, but for right now, subscriptions only work with Stripe. Okay, so that's what you need to know. So you have to make sure you have a Stripe account, and you set up your Stripe account down here in the settings. Okay, and if you go to the payment settings and down to Stripe, there you'll have the Stripe account. And that's our test one there. So you have to set that up first. Okay, and once you have that, what you want to do is you want to go to subscription settings. Same place, settings on the left-hand side, main menu, then across the middle, subscription settings. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit add a new subscription. Okay, so first of all, we want to give this thing a title. So whatever we're going to call this now depends on what your product is you've got set up. But let's assume let's say it's a diet product, and let's say it is Keto Caps 30-day subscription. Okay, select the currency that you want to sell in. Tiny Brander supports currencies all around the world and shipping all around the world. We're going to do US dollars for the purposes of this. You're going to want to enter the price that you are setting your subscription for. So this is the price that it's billed for on day 1, day 30, day 60, day 90, day 120. Set that in here. So I'm going to set a price of $49.95. That's going to be my subscription price. Number of payments, you leave that blank if you just want it to carry on forever. If you want it to be like a set number, like you're giving them a course of like 4, 3, 6 months, you can set that in there, say 6 payments. Okay. And then the interval, the number of days between the day of first charge and the day of next charge. Typically speaking, that's going to be 30. Okay. And you can change here what it is. You could do 4 weeks, every month, every year. But typically, most subscriptions are going to be every 30 days. Okay, once you've done that, that is it. That is a subscription set up, and you can just hit save. And you can see the subscription has been enabled successfully. And then that's going to bring us back, and it's going to show us that in the subscription settings. So if we go here now, it should just populate in just a second. Okay, there it is. Keto Caps 30-day subscription, $49.95 every 30 days. Okay, now if we want to apply that to our store, all we do is we go across to our store management up here. Here we go, and I have a keto store here that will work just fine. And we go across to the 3 little dots and down to settings. What we want to do is go to step 2 where the products are. And you'll see here, these are the keto capsules that I'm talking about. And what you want to do is you want to hit this toggle switch here where it says subscription and switch it on. That's then going to bring up a screen to ask us where we want to, which subscription we want to do. And we want that the Keto Caps 30-day subscription, and hit save. And there we are done. That is attached to that store. When the product is ordered, essentially that will trigger a subscription that will rebill every 30 days. Now you do want to make sure that you go to step 8, go to your template and enter that template, and then just hit save and publish, just to make sure. As I say, this is one of our test accounts, so we don't have any of the live labels on the products or any of the live mock-ups on the products. This is just literally a testing account we use for testing all of our new integrations and testing a lot of the new features, which are essentially brought on every single week with Tiny Brander. So once we've done that, you can see we have this built in here. If somebody went through this checkout, they would essentially be billed for the subscription. So if I just hit save and publish, and that will end up being live. It'll just take a minute or so to save and put everything together in the background. But that's it. It's a live subscription, ready to take orders, ready to start giving you the kind of results that we talked about previously in why subscriptions are so important and why you should be using them. So pretty much, I think that's all we had to share today, and it's been getting on for half an hour. So I like these lives to be about half an hour long, no longer. Once they get longer than half an hour, it really does start getting too involved and too detailed, and essentially people just tune out. So there's not really a lot of point in doing that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say, if you are interested in learning more about Tiny Brander, you can go to mytinybrander.com and learn all about it there. You can sign up for a demonstration with us, and we can show you inside the whole platform and let you know exactly how fast you could get your own health supplement brand running. Typically, it's within an hour. You'll be up running with a live website, ready to sell your product, ready to distribute, and ready to start profiting. Using Tiny Brander and your very own product. And remember, it's not our product; it's your product. We're just helping you to achieve that in the easiest way possible. So that's it for me. My name's John Botel. As I said, I am the owner and the creator of Tiny Brander. So if you have questions, you can also reach our support team at support@tinybrander.com, and they will help you out with any other questions that you may have. So thanks, guys. I appreciate your attention. I appreciate the thing. If you have any comments of things you'd like to see inside Tiny Brander or like to see me do on these live streams, pop it below wherever this is displaying, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Facebook. Just pop a comment below. Let me know that what you want to see, what you want to see me do with Tiny Brander, and we'll endeavor to bring that to life for you. Okay, guys, all the best. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.